Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to TCM. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. There is a rich history of Hollywood bringing Broadway musicals to the big screen, but the one we have coming up next was unusual in that its director and leading man weren't known for making musicals. From director Joe Mankiewicz in 1955 and starring Marlon Brando in the lead, it's Guys and Dolls. Based on a story by Damon Runyon, the movie follows a group of big-time gamblers and gangsters, as well as a prim and proper lady, straight as an arrow and kind of a babe, who runs a mission in the middle of all that crime and hedonism. Producer Sam Goldwyn was known for making expensive prestige pictures. This was no exception. Goldwyn was determined to produce Guys and Dolls as the best film musical ever made. And what's the best way to create the best? Well, you hire the best people. Joe Mankiewicz was one of the most talented writer-directors of his day, and Brando easily was the hottest star at the time. Though significantly, as I said, they weren't experienced in musicals. A number of A-list actors wanted the part of Sky Masterson, Brando's role. Several might have been really good in the role too, like Gene Kelly. Frank Sinatra was eager for it as well. So imagine everyone's surprise when the part went to Brando, a man no one was sure was capable of carrying a tune. Sinatra assumed the part would be his, but instead he had to accept the second male lead as good old reliable Nathan Detroit. It was a tough pill for Sinatra to swallow, knowing he had the singing chops to rival anyone in Hollywood. Sinatra also felt the sting harder because he recently lost the lead in On the Waterfront to Brando. That backstory set up a legendary Hollywood on-set rivalry, which makes this already interesting movie even more compelling. From 1955, also with Gene Simmons. Here's Guys and Dolls. You may have detected a certain style of speaking in Guys and Dolls, a certain arrangement and rhythm to the words, a cadence. It's all due to the man who wrote the short story on which the film is based, Damon Runyon. Runyon was a reporter, a sports columnist, and a popular short story writer in early 20th century New York. His stories, often loaded with colorful characters, were a natural fit for the movies. Joe Mankiewicz, who directed and wrote the screenplay for Guys and Dolls, remained faithful to Runyon's dialogue, outrageous metaphors, creative use of grammar, and hardly a contraction anywhere because Runyon did not like them. Runyon's writing style was so unique it had its own name, Runyonese, and an adjective describing it, Runyon-esque.